Amazing. Right, Dad's just on his way in because I just sent him the link. How are you two?
We are good. How are
Very
you?
well, thank you.
Yes, very, very busy. I'm busy talking to these two all day. Um,
Yeah, I'm now getting bossed around by a 16-year-old boy. So
so guys, this is my dad, Craig Barnett.
Hi,
Hi,
Craig.
Craig. Great
How
to
you
meet
doing?
you.
You all right?
Not bad at all, thank you. How's yourself?
Yeah, doing all right. Doing all right. Enjoying
Good.
the sun.
Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah.
Very busy person.
Craig, Craig started as being Winnie the Pooh in the horror film, and me and Dad met him at a convention, and we met Emma as well, and we've kind of teamed up from there. And we're now, funnily enough, going on a film tour from November 1st to November 1st, so a year. And we're actually filming this weekend. We've got all the American guys coming over, and we're going to film the film Bigfoot Primal Fear, which is pretty cool. We all get killed. I get killed, and Dad gets killed as well. Which is, I can't wait for Dad to get killed.
I'm looking forward to seeing Daniel get killed on this one.
the film's already in production. But obviously when we came together, it was a no-brainer to put them in. So obviously they're from the Bigfoot world, and they were amazing people, and we were like, no, they need to be in this film, you know.
So I don't know what you guys have seen on the links that I've sent you, but kind of before I met Craig and Emma, and actually the reason why we were at that convention is because I have a documentary coming out called My Bigfoot Life, which is about my journey. And Dad, you could probably explain this a little bit better than I can. I'm also autistic as well, so it follows the journey of the team building, going from me going out in the forest with my cousin and Nan to then actually speaking at the Great Florida Bigfoot Conference in Florida, and then now doing this with Emma and Craig, which is pretty cool. And say in about 4 weeks' time, we're gonna go off to Pennsylvania, and I have the pleasure of headlining a festival in Pennsylvania, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Very
How
cool.
long have you been researching Bigfoot?
I started by walking past my granddad's room, and he had something on the TV, which was
He looks like Bigfoot.
I didn't actually know that it was Expedition Bigfoot at the time, so I just sat down next to him, and that's how it started. So I think that would you say it's 2022 or 2023?
I was going to say probably about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But when Daniel was born, he was selective mute. And he struggled with his social interaction. He's unable to access mainstream education. So he kind of created his own education and his own classroom in the forest. And by going out there every day and using the skills that he learned from different TV programs, went out and kind of created his own education. Sorry, my dogs are being a bit of a nightmare. And so the cast members from these TV programs came over and took him under their wing. And Daniel went on to speak in front of 5,000 people in the Great Florida Bigfoot Conference, which obviously to go through that at the age of 15 was incredible, an incredible journey. And now it continues to grow, and with what we call the tribe, which is lots of people who've supported us, and we've come together with cryptozoologists and Bigfoot researchers and different people.
Stars.
Yeah, I think it's more the tribe of misfits. Maybe that's
probably more like it.
And we work together to hopefully produce something wonderful, which could be a TV series that we're working on, different films, and you've got the youth when it comes to Daniel. You've got the neurodiversity side of it there as well. But we've also got the skill set from accomplished people in the movies like Craig. We've got people from business. We've got people from who just love the paranormal side, and we will come together to work on projects together, and whether it be a TV program, whether it be a film, whether it be a podcast, whether it be just getting together and having a laugh. That's what we
We are like a family, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
That is what we're doing. So.
And can I add, Daniel has his own book out as well.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it does.
I have it somewhere.
While he's Daniel actually won the Pride of Somerset Award as well for his contribution to studies here in Somerset to encourage children to get off of their devices and out into nature. While Daniel's gone, Craig, would you like to explain your own backstory instead of Daniel taking over for you?
No, it's fine.
Oh yeah, no. My backstory's I started off being an extra in movies here and there. I've got an extensive martial arts background, so I always wanted to do like fight scenes, choreography, stuff like that really interested me. And then the more I delved into that, the more contacts I made, and then the more opportunities I got given. And then all of a sudden, I'm Winnie the Pooh in a horror film. Totally nuts. How that come about, I don't know. But yeah,
The combination of years of training.
yes,
That's how
exactly.
it came.
Well, I went from wanting to be a martial arts stunt actor to now horror icon in the movie world. We turned a £20,000 film into 7.7 million, and we were #1 in the US box office.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And then from then, I've turned into the directing side of it, and I've got Bigfoot Primal Fear in production now. I've got another 3 movies in pre-production, one joint with Summit View Studios, which is Craig, Daniel, Chris and Ryan. So yeah, we've got lots of plans and exciting stuff coming.
And we also have the Three Amigos tour,
Yeah,
which is also started.
Big tour.
So that is Daniel, Craig, and Ryan. And the way Daniel's going, we're going to have to move to the US by next week.
So just before we get into that, that was my very, very first news story that was released.
Right.
Yeah, and
Little
then
foot.
award last year for Pride of Somerset. And funnily enough, I've got loads of Bigfoot books in here, but my own. And I must say, I've published my Bigfoot Life book, but I've never read my own book. I don't like reading books, so I've never actually read my own book.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you either do or you don't like reading it.
yeah, there you go.
Can I just say, Daniel, this is
Yeah.
clearly working for you because you're coming across very eloquent and really confident, and you seem like a really nice guy. Yeah.
Oh,
He is.
thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Have you got a youth group as well called Little Feet?
We used to. We used to run conferences, conventions, events.
That little feet event that he put on for children turned into the biggest cryptozoology conference in the UK.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
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 So we
Just done his third annual one, and yeah, it was a major success. But that's what he wanted to do. He when he was younger, and still now, sometimes I take him to Comic Cons because I don't know. I'm a big film lover. I'm a big nerd. I'm a big geek. Love that sort of stuff. And Daniel always felt at home there because he could talk to the people he saw on TV. So some of the celebrities we've met over the years, it was amazing. And then he put his passion of that into encouraging other children to come to an event, and he put one on called Little Feet, which was just talking about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And kids turned up, did some colouring, did some stuff like that, and Daniel talked to them, and then that turned into, very quickly into Crypticon UK.
And
which is
um,
Daniel, nothing to do with me or my wife. That's all him. It's him and his nan organising, people flying over. There was people from Canada and Ireland flew over to our little town just to kind of meet these people, and it's Daniel put it all on. He's very driven, very confident, as you can tell now. Well, he is on screen, should we say? It's very different when that screen changes. He's still a young lad. He's still a young boy, but we're not surprised by him anymore. I mean, we could come home and he'll go, "Oh, Dad, I'm Prime Minister now." I'll be like, "Yeah, sure."
Why not?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
I think we might be in a better place if he was, but there we go.
Some news, isn't it? Oh, Dad, by the way.
Bigfoot. Is there any other cryptids that you like to research?
over the years we've kind of gone into a lot, and say I also run my own podcast, Mythical Legends podcast, and that would go into loads and loads of stories. But since we've been doing this new TV series that is based for children and families to watch, we've gone into all sorts of stuff. So we're actually filming this weekend, and say the Americans fly in less than 48 hours, and say we're filming all about UFOs. So we're up on Glastonbury tour, and we're also going into paranormal, and then we have our big shoot lined up next year for Loch Ness. So we're doing a lot about that as well, and then we're also planning to head over to Alaska, things like that. So one of our main crew from Alaskan Killer Bigfoot is DJ Brewster. So he's flying over, things like that. He's coming over this weekend, and we're filming all sorts of stuff. But then we're going to go over there. We're then going to go over to Florida, where Ryan's an owner of the company, probably one of the loveliest guys I've met. And say he's just wonderful. And say he's also part of all of this. He's part of the tour. And say Chris, that I actually met at the first convention I did, he just came along. We did an interview, and then 2 years later we're now doing this. So it just kind of evolved very, very, very quickly. But yes, yeah,
it's getting bigger every day, isn't it? We are like going for it, I think. So
Can you give us any kind of teasers for Primal Fear, or can't you release that just
right yet? We can actually. Can't give you anything too much, but
no, of course
we are in Pennsylvania, and next month on the
9th of August.
9th of August. And we're actually showing the first ever teaser trailer.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously we're all in talks and stuff. But we will be premiering.
I'm gonna try and get it out for Halloween, if
around Halloween,
technically possible. Looking at London, Prince Charles Cinema or Leicester Square premiere. But yeah, we've still got a little bit more to film, and then I've got to get the edit done and the score done. So yeah, I'm pushing for a Halloween release. We're nearly there.
Yeah.
But what we could do is bring the teaser trailer to you guys.
Yeah, I think we'd absolutely love that. Yeah, that'd be great.
And we've also got 2 tickets going for the Prem night on our Instagram. So that's also something that we want, is for 2 fans to come meet the cast and have a brilliant night.
Get those tickets, Dad. Get those tickets. I'll wait.
No,
I'll wait.
you're going to be there anyway.
We're a cast. So we kind of have built a tour. So we're going everywhere to kind of promote the film, and along the way we're also promoting Legend Seekers and all the other films we got. There's an upcoming film called Devilman's Ditch that's directed by Dad and Craig. And also now we're having to call Winnie the Pooh Craig Dowsett, and then my dad Craig Dad, because we can't when we say Craig, both of them look around at us.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're kind of going all over the US, UK as well, to kind of promote all this, which is why you guys
We've already got dates, haven't we, for next year?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's got a lot bigger than we thought it was going to. And this is the space of 3 days that me and Daniel have organised stuff, and it's blown out of the water, really, hasn't it, Dan?
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah,
has.
me and Craig come home to our respective houses and we learn new things every day, don't we?
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on.
I know, me and Daniel shouldn't be together, should we, Daniel? Because we organise pretty much.
Probably not.
No.
From a Comic-Con and convention side of it, obviously Daniel and Craig have done many and some big ones out in Florida and things like that. I myself have done about 45 Comic-Cons in 3 years. Some of the big ones in the world as well. So we're well versed in doing talks and meeting the fans, pitch, autograph signings. So yeah, we're well versed in that.
To it.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I'll kind of pass it over to you guys now for anything you want to ask us.
It's been quoted on. I did a bit of reading before I spoke to you guys tonight that you was the UK's youngest cryptozoologist.
I was, man.
Do you have friends your own age that come and do this kind of thing with you?
Yeah, so actually in Legend Seekers, we a friend, well, it's actually Dad's student that Dad teaches guitar, and Dad was with a young lad named Jet. How old is he now, Dad?
10 I think he is now.
Yeah. So, and he is massively into Bigfoot, and kind of when the cast came over last year, they went to his house, and kind of I've kind of been teaching him kind of how to research along with the cast from Expedition Bigfoot and finding Bigfoot. So yeah, kind of Jet is an amazing lad that kind of has joined the group, let's say.
Yeah, can I ask you what kind of equipment you use when you're filming and documenting?
So we from I must say we can use thermals, night vision, anything, but the most important message that I keep sharing is all you need is a pen and a notepad. That's probably the most important piece of equipment.
That is exactly what we say. You know, your own eyes and something to write with, something to write it down on. Yeah,
Absolutely.
So important.
Yeah.
What is your best piece of evidence? What you've captured?
Dad, can I go into it? Yeah. So I did Expedition Deer, right? So I went out with my cousin, my granddad, Nan, and we were looking for deer, and we were out just getting the skills and knowledge to really look into Bigfoot. Once we'd done about a year and a half of looking for deer, we decided to go on and do something like our local big cat. So me and Nan went to the forest and we picked a location. Went early in the morning. We were hearing sounds, things like that, and so this is the first time Emma and Craig have heard this story. And I was walking about 500 meters in front of Nan, and then she taps my shoulder, and I look round and I expect it's going to be like, oh, I've just dropped my water bottle, things like that. And she's looking down at the floor, and we're looking down at the floor for probably about 2 to 3 minutes. And in front of us was an 18-inch indentation. From what I then learned from Expedition Bigfoot, finding Bigfoot, we took some eDNA, which is environmental DNA, and I then casted this print. Now, as all three people on here know, once I want something, it's gonna happen. So I emailed every scientific lab in the UK and Europe to see if they could test this eDNA. and Dad was in a supermarket with mum, and Dad received a call from Switzerland saying, "Yeah, we're responding to your son's email." And Dad just goes, "Hold on a minute," and rings me up, goes, "What have you done? What have you done?" And so it kind of
they wanted they basically it's because they were really impressed with Daniel's determination and his passion, and usually you can't just phone up a lab and get them to test eDNA for you. That's not something, and obviously I can't afford to have that done. So they decided to, in exchange for kind of Daniel's publicity for their company, to say that we're trying to encourage young people to think about the environment, think about DNA, get into science. They would test his soil samples and stuff free of charge. But they asked me to really kind of like manage his expectations of what could or might.
So it took 6 weeks, yeah.
What happened?
Daniel froze.
Ah, so you will never know. You have to watch My Bigfoot Life to find out what
happened. Just as it was getting to the juicy bit.
No idea what happened.
No, they've got to watch the program, babe. You don't need to tell them.
Oh, you can't do that to us.
Yeah, we can't.
And basically they came back and said, "We have no idea what your son's done." And the scientist actually swore on the phone saying, I'm sorry, but we have no idea. And he came back with human DNA, bird DNA, things like that. But then came back with old world monkey and great ape DNA.
Really?
Yeah.
And that was something found, a print found in the UK? Wow.
Yeah.
What area?
Have you got the DNA thing then? Yeah.
Have you been back?
Oh, many times. And where we actually filmed the UK part of the doc was in that same forest.
Which is why you've got to watch My Bigfoot Life when it's released.
Yeah.
And now I'm still talking about that.
No, honestly, that sounds like it's going to be great. That sounds like it's going to be fantastic.
And I must say, so we did a UK part, then you have Great Florida in there, and then we flew to the Mecca of Bigfoot, which was in Washington, Seattle, and we flew there, and we probably had an experience that changed our lives. End of.
Wow. Yeah. That is fantastic. Absolutely. I'm blown away by your achievements, and it's just wow.
He does all that, all those things that he's done, and all his achievements at 16 years old. Yeah, he still can't tidy his room, can he?
No.
I know it's coming. Yes, but guys, we kind of can't wait to be at the conference and say it's going to be pretty cool.
We're really looking forward to it. And can I just say, what a great job, especially your dad is doing as well. You know, being a father myself, and how difficult it is to keep your kids happy.
Honestly, it's a I've aged about kind of 20 years in the last 2 years. But the thing is, these opportunities only come around once. We're not here for long.
That's right. Yeah.
Daniel is an exceptional boy. He has been through many challenges, and a lot of those challenges most people, 90% people that he knows, don't see. And you'll see some of it in the documentary of the things that he has to go through as just to do normal things. So we try and encourage him as much as we can, as well as trying to maintain his feet on the ground, which is hard to do sometimes. But like I said, Craig said it earlier, I come home and there's something new. There's always something. He's the hardest working. I can't say hardest working 16-year-old. He's the hardest working person I've ever met. Adult, child, whatever. He continuously works, and he tries to involve everyone, and that's something special because all of that has come from him, you know. And having we went to the Great Florida Bigfoot Conference, and he had a 6.5 hour queue for his autograph.
Yeah.
And at 15 years, that's insane. That's amazing. And his stuff hasn't even hit the screen yet. So he's we have a very close family. We have a tight family. He has a sister as well who's very passionate about doing a horror makeup and stuff. So this is all great. This is we're loving it. It's hard work, but we're getting there, isn't we, kid?
Yeah. And say it's like me and Emma say we met. Was it mid-May, guys? Yeah, it was. And I think this week, me and I've spoke to Emma more than I spent time with my grandmother, and I speak to her all day, every day, and his
grandmother is very pleased with that.
Yes, she's having a break, bless her. It's frozen.
It's frozen again. Oh, I need to take a picture of that.
What a great frame to freeze on.
Craig looks really camp, and
I'm going to send it to him now.
This is what happens. We laugh from morning to night. It's.
You're
welcome. Did you see the picture?
What?
Did you see the picture?
What, me?
Honestly, it's going on Facebook.
Yeah.
I just think it's hilarious.
Zoom into you.
Yeah. Zoom into you and your dad.
Zoom into your face on that picture. Where you froze. You froze.
God.
You froze mid-laugh.
Oh, yeah, it's going on Facebook, Daniel. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. So to you guys, is myself, Craig, Emma, and Dad kind of can't wait to be up there. And so it sounds like it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be even better now you guys are coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And one of the reasons we are running this, it's for, like yourself, it's for the full inclusivity thing. People who probably even can't afford to go to a conference, who love the paranormal and all.
Would it be okay if kind of me and Craig have that table, so kind of Emma and Dad will be there? So would it be okay if we have that? If that's
you can have it if you want. If you can have a table or whatever. Yeah.
Nice. Amazing.
We'll do what we can for you.
Thank
you guys. Thank you. And say we can't wait.
Brilliant. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
It is. It's definitely up our street, isn't it? So
brilliant.
Yeah. So I'll say it again because we're going to get cut off shortly. It was lovely meeting every one of you, and our hat does go off to you because you're really hard working, all of you. Really, it's an inspiration. It really is.
It doesn't stop.
Cool. Well, we will see you guys on the 8th of November.
Fantastic.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.